Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 277 of the Two Player Co-op podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Shawan.
How are we doing?
Good.
You had some extra. That was a real.
Well, because you were like,
no, you. That was
Shawan?
Shawan.
The Shawan man. If this is the first time you're seeing, hearing, or listening to us, this is the Two Player Co-op podcast, where just about every week two brothers get together to tell you everything you need to know about in the world of video games, even if it's a couple days late. If you like that, make sure to like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends, family, and everyone in betwixt. If you only listen on audio services, audio. Make sure to leave a thumbs up, 5-star review, or whatever your service does.
Let's go ahead and no, it's good stuff. For us, little old us, we've been doing some banger numbers lately. Hopefully this one does too. Hopefully you haven't all disappeared.
Now it won't.
But if you're new to the show, welcome aboard. We're glad to have you. Yeah, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe, do the bell thing. Leave us a comment. Let us know who you are and what you think about stuff. And
also,
thank you.
What's better, burgers or steaks? No.
I don't get the answer?
No. I mean, yeah. Steak.
It's hard to have a bad burger. I'm not a huge steak fan. Like, give me like a good tomahawk or just like a good filet. The best steak is better than the best burger. But I think
yes,
across the board, burgers are better. I think there's more you can do with a burger.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Let us know what you think.
If you really like us, you can go to patreon.com/2playercoop.
Freaking bug.
I'm not moving him ever. I did the test.
Did you
for
pose
versus.
him like he's perfectly?
No, I killed him and he has not moved.
That's where he landed?
Yes.
Oh, no, I guess he is on his side.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell from this angle. I thought he was just propped right up looking at the screen. We had a pretty sizable dead bug right here. He's not on the camera.
He's going to be. You know what? Okay, for episode 300, he's going to be on camera. I gotta give Sonic a new hand so he can hold him on a pike.
That would be awesome.
Epic. Okay. But yeah, if you go to patreon.com/2playercoop, for just $1, you can be a booster where you get the podcast live 1 day early every month and all these stack. $5, you become a producer where you get the bonus episode every month. $10, you become an affiliate where you can watch us record the episode live on YouTube. What?
James, a good steak can be life-changing, but a bad burger can still be good. You can save a bad burger with some cheese,
Toppings,
barbecue sauce, maybe some bacon, jalapenos.
Barbecue sauce.
Okay, on that topic, build
for $20 a month if you're crazy enough.
Yeah,
you can choose the bonus episode topic and record with us. Yeah,
I think we've done this before, but it's on my mind now. Right now, design your perfect burger.
We did this with Colin.
That's what it was. Okay.
It's a medium well burger, cheddar cheese, bacon, fried egg, medium. So it's still a little bit runny with ketchup, and that's it.
See, I would do. I don't think I've ever had this. I mean, this exact burger. But if I could make my perfect burger, I'm going pretzel bun. I would say medium burger.
Oh.
Cheddar cheese.
Okay.
Jalapenos, bacon, barbecue sauce, and like a smidgen, not too much, but just a little bit of like the fried like onion strings or whatever for a little crunch. I don't even really like onions, but like the fried onion strings.
Can't you just fry the jalapenos?
You could. Yeah, like dice them up, fry them up.
Slice them up.
That would be my perfect burger. I've honestly never had a burger with a fried egg on it. I'm sure it's good, but every time I have the option, I'm like, that's too much. No, I'm sure it's good, but
it's so good. But yeah, we're gonna get Colin back on. We'll get his new updated burger pick. But if you like cool t-shirts and the like, Sean, you can go to teespring.com/stores/2player co-op.
Sorry, John. No for some reason I saw James's comment and I didn't see John's. And I can barely read. Steaks are better, but burgers are more versatile. Okay.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
If you get a perfect steak, there's nothing on that level.
Yeah, the best steak is like
so much better than the best burger
it's like the
you've
best
ever had. Yeah.
Thing like
you bite it and you go, oh my god.
When it just like it almost like melts.
Yeah.
I'm getting hungry now.
Sean.
Yes.
WrestleMania.
I've been waiting to talk about this.
Okay, so there are so many people online saying this was one of the best WrestleManias ever, and I'm like,
what?
Yes.
I think the best part of both nights
was Stone Cold.
Like, I mean, there are some good matches. Cody and Seth, good to great. I thought AJ and Edge was fine. I thought it would be match of the year contender, and it wasn't.
But then
Roman and Brock, it's exactly what you would have expected.
We think Roman separated his soldier.
His soldier got separated from his infantry.
So I didn't watch Becky and Bianca.
That was a good match.
Okay.
There's
some people saying it's the best women's match ever.
I would say, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's up there.
Okay.
I can't remember. I think I once watched the Iron Woman, whatever, with Sasha and Bailey. And that was good. I don't understand people saying it's like not the best women's match ever, but like one of the best matches ever. Like, calm down.
Was that NXT?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say, though, I can't think of what else would be number 2 besides that. Okay. So I would say it's, probably top 2. It was good. It was very good.
WrestleMania matches.
What?
Women's WrestleMania matches.
Oh, it's like probably the best women's WrestleMania match. Yeah. Unless
I'm so happy Ronda
Trish
lost.
And what's her name? Mickey was good back at 20, 21, 22, whenever it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, WrestleMania as a whole.
The funny thing is that I kept talking up WrestleMania Sunday. I was not correct. Neither night was great. I think Sunday was not as good as Saturday. I don't think.
I think overall Saturday was better, but it was really saved by Cody.
Yeah.
And that match. Like Cody showing up and that match saved WrestleMania Saturday. And Bianca and Becky were good. But I don't know. And I guarantee you both nights there was more time not wrestling than wrestling.
I agree.
If not just flat out more time on video packages.
So Sean came over Sunday to watch WrestleMania Sunday. And we were like, after every match, there's like 2 commercials, a video package, a 10-minute entrance. And we're like, what is happening? Like, it was very frustrating. But, so yeah, Edge and AJ was okay. RK Bro, at least on Sunday,
that was a good match.
Stole the show.
That was probably the best match. That was probably the best wrestling match on Sunday.
Never mind that Chad Gable was like, wee!
Knoxville and Zayn was entertaining.
It was so stupid that it was hilarious.
It's exactly
and
what
awesome. Yes.
I figured it would be.
Yes. But I never thought there would be a 5-foot hand.
Okay, that was unexpected. Somebody tweeted it was like 90s WWE or creative humor or something like that, but they tweeted like a shot of that or a GIF or whatever, a GIF.
Thank you.
And they said, shout out to Mark Henry and Mae Young's baby making their WrestleMania debut.
That hand's gotten big.
Well, it's been 20-something years probably.
But yeah, so Roman and Brock, I assume Roman would win. We didn't do picks, but I would have picked Roman. You would have too, I assume.
I think almost everything on Sunday I would have picked correctly had we done picks, except I figured Omos would have beaten Lashley. That's probably the
I
only
would've
one I
picked
would have
Lashley.
gotten wrong. I think. I can't really remember what all there was, but did they do? Who won the New Day match? I don't even remember that. New Day and
The
versus
other guys.
Sheamus and okay. See, I don't even remember.
It was 2 minutes. No one cares. They make New Day come out in Big E gear, and it's like, hey, we're gonna support our dude that broke his effing neck, and then we're gonna lose in 2 minutes
to the guy who broke his neck.
And then there's Butch.
I love Pete Dunne, and I kind of like what they're doing.
I hate him so much.
Oh,
right
see,
now.
I mean, I kind of like what they're doing with the character. He's short, little scrappy. Like, I kind of like it, but I don't like
But
that
you're
he's
tall.
just Butch now. So
You can't relate. I can, and I still hate him.
okay, so I had this thought, and I
Yes.
wanted to text you, but I'm like, I'm going to save it for the podcast. The whole business
Ooh,
with
poutine burger.
Cody. Cody to WWE.
Okay.
It
Is
kind of
Kojima?
close. It's Activision Blizzard. It's like a big deal.
Okay.
And then I went for all of a sudden I'm going down the rabbit hole. WWE is Xbox. AEW is PlayStation.
Way better. Yep. Okay.
Yep. Cody is kind of like Activision Blizzard, where I'm like, oh, that's a big get for them, but it
What does
doesn't
it
really
matter?
matter to me. I'm not going to start watching WWE because of Cody. I'm not going to start playing Xbox because of Activision. You know, I don't care. WWE doesn't really develop talent very well. They let Cody go. He gets big elsewhere, and then they pay him the big bucks to come over, just like
And he
Xbox
said
buying
he will
Activision.
never mention Stardust again.
Yeah.
That's in his contract. Like, no Stardust ever again. It never happened. We're done. Move on.
Yeah. Whereas Sony, AEW tends to kind of build their talent up. So, yeah, I think that's why I'm just kind of like on Cody. Like,
I love
I'm
Cody.
happy for him. I
Yeah.
like Cody, but it's not like game changing for me. I'm not gonna start watching WWE
No.
now.
No. But I'm so happy that he got that moment. I'm so happy that, like, the Raw after Mania did not just crap on him, which I thought they might, just because, like, ooh, it's a Raw after Mania. We're going to be edgy, whatever. They gave him all the respect he deserves. But is he really going to beat Roman?
No.
No.
I think he will maybe be champ. I don't think they would have done that whole thing last night if they were not planning on him being champ sometime.
Yeah.
Like that, it's just, I feel like
But also, it's in WWE's
that should have had a big
interest-
like spoiler alert on
Yeah.
it. Like,
But
he's
it's in
going to
W-
be champ sometime.
It's in WWE's interest to do that, just to put the at AEW.
But I don't know that it does that. They're basically saying like, hey, guess what? We got your big guy. Look how awesome he is. Like, I don't know. And they've done it before. I mean,
Yes.
they've done it with like Jericho and Guerrero and Goldberg. Like, they took people
Benoit.
from WCW, Benoit, and like made, main eventers out of them. So I don't know.
I thought Mania was fine.
It was like, to me, it would have been disappointing, the whole 2-night thing aside, just the main card would have been disappointing for like a SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it was Mania worthy, other than just the fact that Stone Cold was there. They did a bunch of random crap. The other thing about wrestling,
McAfee killed it until McMahon killed him.
and as much as people probably don't want to admit it, Logan Paul did too. I don't know what. I'm guessing that he's going to stick around. They're trying to do something with him and Miz. I don't know. Unless maybe
So
he's just
apparently
done.
he negotiated in his contract that he would turn face with The Miz. So that's why that happened, is what I've read.
Turn face with Miz? Oh, turn face because
After,
Of,
yeah.
Oh, I gotcha.
But again,
Logan
Saturday
Paul should
night,
not be
I
a
was
face.
out until 1:30 in the morning. Yeah, Logan Paul's not going to be a face no matter what. Oh, I bought this $6 million Pokemon. I'm going to wear it around my neck just to show all you smarks how cool I am. But you're going to feel bad. No one cares. Like, you suck. You were like, oh, I go back to his video that he made in Japan.
See, I always get him and
Jake
Paul. I don't know who did what.
Logan is worse. Yeah.
Is he?
So
Okay.
he's the one that went to Japan and was like,
The
I'm going to
forest,
throw fish at
whatever.
you and all this. Go to the suicide forest and
Yeah.
show somebody who's dead. Like, leave it to Logan Paul to make PewDiePie look like the good guy.
Yeah. What I will say, I've also kind of come to terms. I'm not breaking new ground here. Everybody said this, but like, no, I get it and I accept it. WWE, and they wouldn't argue with me, is sports entertainment.
Yes.
AEW is professional wrestling.
Yeah.
I don't watch WWE for the wrestling. None of the wrestling,
No,
those
it's a
two
soap
nights
opera.
really blew me away. Bianca and Becky was good. The RK Bro tag match was good. Seth and Cody was good to very good. But other than that, I watched to see, will The Rock show up? I wanted to see what was Stone Cold going to do. Like, that's the kind of stuff I watch it for. AEW, I watch because it's good
wrestling. Yeah.
wrestling. And they can kind of just each do their own things. I think they each do them very well. But I'm not watching WWE for wrestling. Did you see last night at all when... So Edge came out, and then, what's his
Oh my
name?
God.
The other idiot came out.
And they were like, you guys suck.
And the crowd was like, we don't care. I'm like, yes.
Damian Priest sucks.
He
He's
does
not
suck.
a good wrestler. And then to pair, like, I feel bad for Edge. Like, this dude is on borrowed time, and to pair him with that guy is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then AJ comes out with his big scar over here. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't
So
know.
WrestleMania was fine.
It was entertaining. It was fine.
So it is funny. So today in my time hop, I saw our podcast with Ernie and Nick when times were better. But I feel like that's the last time. It was 35 was the last time we did it with them. I feel like that's the last time I really cared about WrestleMania.
So what was 30? Was that Becky and Ronda and all that?
I think
Was
so.
that the New York?
And then 36 was
36
COVID.
was the empty arena.
Yeah.
37 was, I don't even remember what.
36 was Boneyard, I think, right?
No, that.
Or
Oh, yeah.
was
That
that
was, no,
last
that
year?
was 36.
Okay.
Yeah.
But happier times, happier wrestling times. Sean,
Yes.
anything else?
No, I think we covered WrestleMania.
So we'll get into the rest of this here in a minute, but I just want to say great job, Greg Miller.
All
So I
those
will
big
say-
announcements last week.
So I will say, so what he said on KFGD was that basically the things that he heard for the three big announcements for the big week for PlayStation were Spartacus reveal. We got that. We'll talk about it. Something with PSVR 2, but he wasn't really clear on it. And then an acquisition, which a lot of rumors are also saying there's something big coming. I'm not saying it's Capcom or Square or whatever, but there's something happening where Sony's going to make another acquisition. If you didn't have this nailed down, why would you tweet it? To me, again, I'm not trying to be negative or anything, but like Greg Miller is in the business of Greg Miller.
Yes.
And kind of funny, and they're best friends and all that. I don't know what he thought was going to be announced with PSVR 2.
Like a release date or something? I have no
I
idea.
don't know, but like we already knew from GDC that like it was playable and people are actually using it and blah, 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 blah. But if there is a big third announcement, if there is an acquisition, what do you think? My guess would be Capcom. But yeah, I have no idea.
I think out of all of them, I know it hurts. I'd be fine. Like Konami, I would hate to not loot, I would hate for Konami
Yeah.
if they went to Xbox. If we couldn't play an eventual Metal Gear
Remake,
whatever or Silent Hill, if it ever happens, whatever. Kojima would be the obvious and probably safest one. Like they're probably in the best position to just be bought out. Capcom would be cool for Resident Evil. I don't really care. I mean, Street Fighter, it's always fun, but like
Not with that logo.
I don't really care. Like, I'm not saying Sony should buy any of them.
No, I don't think they should.
But any of them that they buy would mean Xbox doesn't, and therefore I don't lose those games. So I guess I'm kind of going from that angle. I would love if it was FromSoft. I just think they waited too long now.
Yeah,
like,
they should have scooped them up.
Yeah,
3 months ago. But yeah, my guess actually would be Kojima. Even though we've heard all these rumors that Xbox is,
but that's also not even like a big. Like if they bought Kojima, or if they acquired Kojima Studios, not the man. It's like, okay, they've made one game. Like, cool.
Well,
no, I know, but it's not like a huge. I don't know. No offense, but like, I think that would be, to me, that's not like, oh my God, big enough. To me, that's less of an announcement than.
But again, it keeps him from making a game with Xbox.
Right.
And
well,
I don't know what that would be, but now I know you don't like it, but like I will say, of last gen games, Death Stranding was something I have never seen before in my life.
Same.
In a good way, you asshole. In a good way, like he made a game that no one else could make.
Yeah.
So what's he going to do next? Don't be Death Stranding 2 or Death Stranding 0.5. Like I don't need anything more Death Stranding. I love that game for what it is. I played through it twice now. I freaking love it. But what else can he do? And what can he do? And keep it away from Xbox if you're Sony. Again, we're not rooting for this, whatever, but like it's either Kojima or Capcom. They're not buying Square.
Probably not, no.
But also, I can't see them buying Capcom because like Capcom is having record.
The thing is, all these
revenue and
companies we're
profits.
talking about, I don't think. I know they have unlimited money, but an Xbox partnership with any of these that we've just talked about doesn't really make sense. Like,
lot
I
of
don't
people
see any of the, like, they're all Japanese based. Like, I don't see any of them agreeing to, I don't know.
I've heard a lot of rumors / reports saying that no Japanese big publisher is going to get with Xbox, period.
That's, I mean, yeah.
So
kind of agree.
I don't know. But we'll talk about the rest of it here in a little bit. But so Greg got 1 and 3 right. I don't know. Was there any PSVR 2 news that I missed?
I mean, that's slightly better than how we do on our E3 predictions, and we have
it's way better. It's way better. I will say that
he got 1 of
But
3.
also
We usually
he's-
get like 0.5.
But
out
I
of
could have
5.
also said I could have also said we're gonna finally find out what Spartacus is this week. Like I could say
But
that
that's what
every
I'm saying.
week.
He's got like insider information, and I mean, he did slightly better than we do, just grasping at straws for E3 predictions. So I don't know. And that's not to say he might have something. All these things might be coming, and maybe they just didn't come last
And
week.
I will say I think they are. I don't know what they are.
But it's also like, will Sony eventually announce another acquisition? Of course they will.
Well, Jim
it could
Ryan
be
said
like
they're
next
working on
February,
Yeah.
and then Greg Miller could be like, I told you so. Like, this is what I was talking about.
but it
just
was
took a
9
while."
months
like,
later, so yeah.
Like I could say the same thing, but whatever.
All right, Sean. What have you been playing this week? I know.
I have been playing a lot of Dark Souls 3.
Okay, so how does this compare?
So at first I was kind of like, it's a bit more of a shock coming from Elden Ring than I would have thought.
Yeah.
It's basically Bloodborne. Like it plays almost exactly like Bloodborne. And there's a lot of stuff about Bloodborne that I forgot. You know, like I guess I forgot how different Elden Ring was. You can kind of jump, but not really. If you run, so if you run with circle, and if you're running, and only if you're running, you
How do
can
dodge.
So it's the same. That's how Elden Ring is. You hold circle to run.
Oh, okay.
But if you're running, and only if you're running, you can click L3 to like do a running jump. But you can't just. So there's kind of jumping, but not really. I also kind of forgot in Bloodborne, and it's the same in Demon Souls too. That I guess I just forgot about. I got spoiled by Elden Ring. I'm like, why can't I just level up at the stupid bonfire? Why do I have to go to the bonfire and then travel to like your home base and then talk to the person? That's how Bloodborne was. That's how Demon Souls was. That's probably how Dark Souls 1 and 2 were. I just totally forgot. I got spoiled by Elden Ring. You just go to any bonfire and you level up there. It's definitely a little bit like Elden Ring just seems faster, and it probably is. Dark Souls to me, Dark Souls 3 is, I'm not saying Elden Ring was easy, but I can see going back to more this style. I see how Elden Ring
accessible.
Yeah. The thing with Dark Souls and Bloodborne, not so much Demon Souls, but in a way, in Elden Ring, if you are like under-leveled and you can't beat a boss or whatever, just go somewhere else. Dark Souls is like, figure it out. You got to beat this guy. Yeah. Figure it out. You can keep killing enemies around here, but there's not really. And sometimes there's some branching paths like, ooh, there's this way I can go, and that leads me to this new area, but eventually I got to go that way. So Elden Ring is like, I'm not ready for that yet. I'm going to go see what's going on over there. The lack of a map is like, there's so many things Elden Ring added that I think kind of spoiled me on FromSoft games.
So are you going melee?
I'm going melee, but I'm going dex build, which I've never... I mean, I kind of ended up doing that in Elden Ring with a katana, but like I got a katana right in the beginning of the game. I'm like, this is my weapon. This is what I'm leveling up. I just like it. So I've been putting pretty much everything into dexterity. It's a little different. There's a standalone, which I don't think was in Elden Ring, a standalone, what do they call it? Not vigor. Vitality, I think, is health. I think it's another V word. But anyways, there's like a specific defense attribute. They don't call it defense, but that's basically what it is. And I think it also does your equip load.
Okay.
And everything you level up gives you a little bit of defense, but if you want more defense, you use the one that's basically defense. But like there's a lot of magic in it. I probably have a wand thing, but I don't think I have any spells. I'm unsure about the platinum. I've looked into it. It's basically
you.
I'm a glutton for punishment.
You have come so far.
I think you legitimately have to beat the game 3 times. Nope. There's 3 endings. You may be able to get all of them like save scumming, but I don't know. Maybe you can't even do that. But at the very least, there's like you have to get all the spells and all the rings. And one, if not both of them, for some reason, you can't get all of them until your 3rd playthrough. And maybe it's something like Demon Souls where there's like boss souls you can get that you can like trade for like a spell or a weapon or maybe, you know, a ring or something like that. And it's like, well, you need all the rings and you need all the spells and you can only trade this thing in once. So maybe that's why you can't get some of them till the 3rd one.
So just...
well, I'm going to beat it. I'm going to kind of do like I did with Bloodborne. Like, I'm going to beat it. I plan on kind of doing everything. I'm not trying to just look up a guide and go straight to the end. And then I'll see where I'm at with the trophies and what's left. But I'm loving it. I'm hooked on it, just like I knew I would be. It's definitely more different than Elden Ring than I guess I would have thought. But Elden Ring is just kind of in a class of its own. But I do think it's harder, but I'm definitely loving it. I see why it was Game of the Year whenever it came out.
2016?
It's a year after Bloodborne.
Yeah, 16.
But yeah, it's so much fun. Like, other than Sekiro, Sekiro. Like, I feel like I'm going to probably go back and play Dark Souls 1 at some point. 2, I'm like, I've heard some bad things, but then I've also heard people be like, it's fine. It's still very good. It's just not done by Miyazaki or whatever. So I don't know, but I mean, I'm hooked on this genre. I'm absolutely loving it. It's, yeah. But that's all I've played.
So I beat Elden Ring. By the way, Dad told me today, because he was listening to Allison's podcast, they were talking about video games, they were talking about Elden Ring, whatever, and then he told me that I think the best man at Gramps' wedding was named Eldon. Sorry, I said it weird. Eldon.
Okay. Was named Eldon?
Yeah. And Dad was
So
I'm sure this isn't like his name is Eldon, last name Ring. I was like, Dad, please just no.
But the best man holds the ring.
Okay,
so that was the Elden Ring.
I was like, I have
Eldon, may we have the ring, please?
I have no idea what the story is in this game. They broke the ring, and then I did something. I beat the bosses, and then something happened, and then I'm like, okay, I'm back in the Knights of the Round Table, whatever. Yeah. But I beat it. What I will say, not to belabor the point because we talked about this for a lot. Starting with Fire Giant, and then there's the guy who's just like not, I guess like a mini boss, but he's not because he's just like he's a mage and he's just got the red name.
That guy, yeah.
And then it was, what was the second to last? Was that the lion guy?
Yeah.
Okay, so I beat him, and then you get to the final fight. Luckily, God bless Sean. So the final fight is 2 phases. I'll say that. The first phase, if you're a magic build, or at least somewhat of a magic build, and you've gotten certain items, you can just cheese the first boss to get to the second boss. But man, again, the Fire Giant almost broke me. I beat him. That next guy wasn't that bad. And then these last 2 bosses, oh my God. Like, Sean knows. I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I would try to summon somebody, and then I would do the cheese, and then they would attack him, and it'd be like, I'm dead. And then I was like, okay, so I can either summon Sean.
Yeah.
What?
Well, I was going to say, the funny thing, so back to Fire Giant. He smoked me. When I first got to him, he was like,
yeah.
Like, he like one-shot
me. My horse died, I'm dead. Okay.
Well, okay. But what I like about that boss is you just got to kind of figure it out. It's not like Melania or the one at the end that you were just talking about, Radagon, where it's just like, you just, I mean, eventually you'll probably just get good, but like there's not much to figure out. It's just so fast and you just don't know what to do. Fire Giant's like, well, do this. Here's his weak spot. Go for that. If you stay, he's a big guy. If you stay close to him, you're probably fine. Use the horse to close the gap. But like, and then once I figured it out, I'm like, that guy was not very bad at all. But Radagon, the first time I got to Radagon, I beat him with like no trouble, like smoked him. Now I probably used more than half of my flasks. And wasn't expecting there to be a part 2, a very big part 2.
Yeah.
So that kind of took me by surprise, but I'm like, okay, I can do this. And every time after that first time, like I struggled with him. Even if I beat him, I had like maybe 1 or 2 flasks left after that first time. And a lot of the times I just couldn't beat him until I figured out the cheese. But yeah, he's tough.
But then that last boss, like, I think I died. I said it in our Discord. Check us out in the description. Like, I think I died 25 times, at least. Like, I was just getting murked. There was one time within, like, my first 3 or 4 tries where I went up to him, or it, whatever it is, Brontosaurus guy, and I was just like, dodge. And I got him down to about 30% or so. And then I got hit with the stupid link, like, pew, pew. And I was dead. I never got close to that until like 20 tries later when I was finally like, I cannot summon anybody. Sean's not helping me because he just got like, Sean's like, I don't know what happened. The guy hit me with a fire sword and I was just blah.
Well, one of the times we got there, I'm like, I'm going to Shinku him. And then he just like, I don't even remember what he did, but he like one-shotted me. Like, well,
he always starts with his big fire breath. That's how he starts. So you were trying to go, Shinku. Spoiler alert for verses. Shinku. And the guy was like, you're like, well, I'm dead. And then he like slapped you with his brontosaurus tail or something. So finally, I tried like 10 times or whatever, and there was a time when I was just like, it was not like fighting the Valkyrie Queen in God of War. It wasn't like that, but I was kind of like, I'm not in the zone, but now that I'm like,
I think that's how a lot of Soulsborne bosses go, though. There are so many times where I just struggle to be a boss, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, I do the perfect run. It's not like a no hit or anything, but like I just end up smoking them. Like when I beat a boss that I'm struggling with, I rarely like eventually just squeak by.
Yeah.
When I do beat them, I smoke them.
yeah. So I did not smoke this guy. I used all 9 of my HP flasks.
Well, there's the one time that we did pretty good,
and you're like,
I
you
died.
got this.
He was
You
down to
text
like
me, you
10%.
No, he was not 10%.
It was under 25%.
But also, he was all the way across the arena, and it was
Yeah.
like, "Sin, sin, sin." I was like, I can't even heal. I can't do anything. But when I finally got him, it was one of those. One of the things I realized in my last 3 or 4 tries against him. So I was using my magic dagger things. But what I realized was like, if I hit R3 to lock on so I can see him at all times, I know what he's like at this point after 25, 30 tries. I know when he does this and it lights up, the sword lights up. I'm like, okay, here we go. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Zoom. Okay, got it. Hopefully he's targeting Mimic Tear, which he did. That's the only reason I beat him was, thank God, Mimic Tear. But like I was able to, I balanced my magic daggers doing the bell and then the parry, get close to him. They do a lot of damage. And then while I'm up there, like I was still trying to stay on this guy. And I wished I did have more stamina. So if I'm crazy enough to do New Game Plus, do you know what happens in NGP?
What do you mean?
Like, do all the bosses just get like double health or anything like that? Okay.
So that's one thing I already saw about Dark Souls 3. And I was going to say, that's one thing kind of working in my favor if I do decide to get the platinum. And again, it's kind of similar to how Bloodborne was. Like I was looking up, I can't remember, one of the bosses I just recently beat, I was looking up like a guide for them or, whatever, stats and stuff. And it said new game. And I don't remember what the number was, but it was like HP 3,000. And then it was like new game plus 3,200 or 35. Okay. Like it's not like they have, like you're probably 10 times stronger with 10, maybe not 10 times. But
so
like,
if I did new game plus, I could go kill Tree Sentinel.
That's what I did. When I did new game plus,
then go to the castle.
I walked right up to Tree Sentinel. It's not like I one hit him, but like smoked him.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I had to heal. I went up. I beat what was his name? Not Godric. Margaret. Yeah. Beat him. Maybe I had to heal one, but like you'll smoke them. Now, you kind of plateau because it takes so much to level up that.
Well, yeah, I'm at level 150.
If you start New Game Plus at 150, you might only be at like 170 or something by the end. You're not going to be at level 300. I can
go and do the thing, but yeah.
So yeah, you'll kind of plateau. The bosses will probably keep getting a little harder, but like you'll coast for the most part.
Yeah.
So
I beat it. I cannot believe I beat it. I will say this. Spoiler alert for January. I can't see anything unless it's God of War 2018.
I think that's the only thing that might have a chance.
It's a game I never thought. So I was at level 150. I beat it at around 57 hours. Now I was at level 150 because I did a little bit of. Would you like some cheese, Mr. Rat? I was a rat. I wanted that cheese.
Yeah. What is that from?
I don't know.
Would you like some
Mr.
cheese?
Kinney. Mr. Kinney.
Oh yeah,
we called him Rat Face. Yeah, but
poor man.
But yeah, yes, he does, Derek.
Yep. Wait, Derek, have you beaten it yet?
You're right. Derek's even playing it, is he?
Oh, I mean, it was Dustin that's playing.
Yeah, Dustin. Yeah.
He was right with you though. Like you guys were both fighting like the same like
Godskin
fire giant.
duo.
At the
Oh
same,
my God.
Oh yeah, Godskin. That's what it was.
He had a friend help him. Thanks, Sean. Godskin duo. I will say. I thought he was going to be the worst. The final boss ended up being the worst, as it should. It's not like Demon Souls where it's like, it's like a frog, and you're just like he dead. Okay,
yeah,
whatever. But yeah, I'm I love this game so much. I never thought that I would. I never thought that I would beat it, especially early on. Was like, Margaret's killed me 60 times. Like, I can't do this. And Sean's like, nah, you gotta just go explore, do whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then he sent me some YouTube videos and stuff too. But yeah. So yeah, level 50 or 57 hours, level 150. I beat it. I don't think I will ever beat this game again.
Yeah.
This is a game that like I can't like again, like that's just games now. Like I would never go back and play this. Fresh save. Let's go. I know how to play. I know where the Moonveil is.
I think you should try New Game Plus because now you could probably, like, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it because I did the same thing, but you can go and fight Margaret and Godric and
the Red Wolf and then Renala.
That's what I was saying. Renala. All these bosses, like, by yourself. No mimic tier. I mean, you've got mimic tier. You can use them, but like, I don't know. I think it'd be funny to just see you play and just see how far you can get before you're just like, okay.
But the problem is now I'm going to walk in like, hey, what's up, guys? You think you can handle me and my katana?
I think you would get pretty far before you got. I'm not saying you could do it without dying, but yeah. I think you would get.
At this point, at least, when I go to the castle, I'm not going to worry about the giant coming down. I'm going to be like, oh, there you are.
Right, yeah, just dead.
I'll probably do it. But before I do that, the other game I played this week, Sean, is a game called Tunic on my Xbox. Don't hate Xbox. I don't love this game as much as everyone else seems to.
Okay.
The main reason this game, I'm not saying it's as hard as Elden Ring. This game is so stupidly hard.
Now, is it just like the bosses or just across the board? Okay.
It's the boss. You run into so like in the beginning of the game, you get these knights that are like dark nuts. Okay. If they don't have a shield, you can kind of, once you get your shield.
Oh, like block, attack.
And also you can do a Z trigger. So you can do hold L2 to target them, go up to them.
Now see, that's kind of the opposite of Death's Door. Because that game was tough, but the bosses were all like, I don't think I died to a single boss more than like,
oh my God,
maybe twice. Well, no, the final boss was tough. But like for the most part, the bosses were easier than just collections of regular enemies.
So the bosses in this are stupid. There's the big knight in the garden thing or something. There's this Metal Gear kind of a thing that just comes out of nowhere. That's got like, he's like a mech. He's like a mech crab, whatever. He's got a thing in the front you can attack, or if you can run under him, he's got like a butthole that you can attack, and that does more damage. So there's that. You've got, what else is there? There's the librarian who I just put on God mode because I was like, I'm done. I cannot do this. This dude, so you're fighting him on a platform. This dude is floating around the ring. By that time, you've gotten kind of a hook shot thing. So you can hook him and bring him in. But you don't bring him in all the way. You bring him in kind of the way. But when you do that, if you don't bring him in all the way, he's just like, okay. Giant laser. Can't get near him. Also, he'll go boom, and he'll shoot a laser that's like a big, like a half moon thing that takes up like half the area that you're on. It was stupid. I died like 10 times. I was like, I want to see the end of this game. This is pissing me off. I'm done. God mode. Let's go. Boom. Did it. Okay.
So you're just going God mode the rest of the game?
No.
Or just, okay.
I mean, probably, but like, so James.
What is that? Like just invincibility, basically?
Yeah, it's no fail mode is what they call it.
Okay.
And I think James, you said you only used it on the last boss. God bless you. I don't know how you did that. You're better at games than I am. You beat Returnal and then you beat the tower thing. But like, I think the game is, I'm not saying it's bad, but I kind of think I liked Oceanhorn better.
Oceanhorn was more Zelda.
This game is not Zelda.
No.
Like when I first saw Tunic, I was like, oh, Fox Zelda. Cool.
Yeah.
This is not Zelda.
No. And that's what I was hoping. I mean, I can't even play it, but if it were to come to PlayStation someday, that's what I was hoping for. I thought it was Zelda. But yeah, the more I saw of it, I'm like, this is Death's Door, which is a good game, but it's not what I wanted. But if this comes out on PlayStation, I'm like 100% getting it.
So the funny thing, it does start like Zelda 1. I will say that. You go in, you just wake up on the beach, you walk, there's a cave, you go in there and you get a weapon. I was like, yes. Everything is in this like fox language is what I would say. So do
So
you
what
know
does
about
the fox say?
Ring ding 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 ding. Do you know about this? About like this part of the game?
Probably not.
Okay, so what you do in the game, the big collectible, like you can get there's not heart pieces, but you can get potion pieces. So if you get 3 potion pieces, you get an extra potion. Every time you go to a checkpoint and you save, all your potions get refilled. I've got 4 potions.
So it's Elden Ring. Right? I mean,
Did you say Elden or Zeldin?
Elden Ring.
I thought you said Zeldin. I thought you were being
I said
smartass.
it's. I said it's Elden Ring.
Okay.
But hang on, I mean that would have been a better joke.
Yeah.
I should have just.
You should
Like,
have said,
no,
"Yes,
what are
I
you
did."
talking about? Yes, I did. But yeah, okay.
So
Dang it. Blown opportunity.
Zelda's Belder. But so the other big collectible is you get these pieces of an instruction manual, which looks just like Zelda 1. And I'm like, just seeing these things, I'm like, oh, hand-drawn art and everything. But so like you go to a sign, you click it, and it's like, okay, there's an arrow going this way. I guess I'll go that way, whatever. So everything is in this fox language. The more pieces of the manual that you get, the more things start to unlock. So you start to understand more. Eventually, this is going to be, it seems like a 60-page manual or something. You can flip through all the pages.
It kind of sounds like Final Fantasy X, where you have to like learn the Albed language.
That's a part of this, whatever you just said.
Yeah, so it's like, but Albed is like, it's English. They still use English letters, but it's like B is actually M and D is T. And so like they show the letters in like one color if it's Albed and another color if it's English. So once you get some letters, you can probably, I think that word is the.
No, this is not like that. It's either
is,
like
okay.
runes or you can read it.
Okay.
But James in the chat, most of the Tunic bosses really aren't that bad if you have a good strategy. If you run in and attack the Guard Knight right away, you can get it down to full health, down to half health before it even starts attacking. Kevin, it kind of sounds like you need to spend more time leveling up and exploring. I think I had 8 potions. Yeah, I've only got 4. So I'm up now. So James, I think my HP is up to 2 or 3. My attack is up to 3, I think. My stamina is up to 3. So you find all these things. And if James didn't say this, I never would have known this. Because again, the weird, manual stuff. You find certain items that's like you get it's like okay. But for some of these items, if you have enough coins, rupees, when you go to one of the save spots, if you hit L1, LB, whatever, it'll be like, oh, do you want to pick this and use 100 coins? Yeah, boom. Your HP goes from level 1 to level 2. Attack goes from 1 to 2. If you've got fangs or if you've got these flowers or whatever. That's one of my gripes with this game, but I can't really say it's a gripe because I know it's the way they made the game. But like, if James didn't tell me that, I would have been like, I'm fighting level 2 boss. Like, if I didn't know I could level up those things, thank you, James. Like, I would be dead.
Yeah.
Anytime I fought like a like one of these like slime guys, and if you hit them too many times, they die, and then they go, they kill you. Like, so I think I do need to explore more. I do like this game. It's not that I don't like it. I just was like, I think I went into this with too much high hopes that it was like, it's going to be this or Elden Ring or God of War.
Yeah. Right
now it's not. I will say again, thank God they've got the
Below Horizon.
Mode. Right now, yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, I've only played 4 games this year, so I would say this is number 4 right now. It might be 3 Infernax.
Oh, okay. I was like, what is the 4th? But yeah.
But
okay.
Infernax, oh God, I love that game. So it has the Z targeting. I talked about that. Oh, there is a stamina thing, but the stamina does not affect your attacks, which I like.
Just your rolls or
so
something.
You can roll, but then if you hold the roll button, X, you know what I mean? X on PlayStation. If you hold A and you roll, and you keep holding it, you run. You don't lose stamina. It regenerates. Cool. But the problem is when you get in these fights, when you get swarmed by like 10 enemies, you're trying to roll and roll like Dark Souls, Elden Ring, whatever. Your stamina's like, and when it gets down to like the bottom level, it takes forever to go back up. And you see your little foxes sweating and stuff, and it's like you take so much more damage. It's tough. When you do get the shield, one thing I will say, it's not the same color as Zelda 1, but it looks like Zelda 1's shield. And when I saw it, I was like, okay, I'm here. I'm good. The one thing I do like, which I didn't used to like in Zelda games, but now I do, you do have to hold R2 to do it. So L2 targets somebody, R2 is the shield. You want to put, I mean, you can put your attacks. Okay. Square, triangle, circle. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can have, obviously you want your sword on square.
Yep.
X. Then you've got like a magic dagger that like freezes people. And then you've got bombs, you got other stuff you can use, whatever. But the Z targeting or the L2 targeting or the LT targeting is good. And then you use R2 or RT to use your shield. And it works pretty well. When you get, if you're blocking somebody with your shield, you can see your stamina go down.
Yeah.
But it's not like if you go like block, it's still going up. And I love that so much. Like, I feel like Elden Ring, if it did stamina this way, would have been a lot easier. Like if I block somebody, stamina goes down, but then I can, yeah, the apples and oranges. But Kevin, do you have the gun? There's a gun?
Wow.
James, I don't have a gun. That's interesting. So I've got the red gem, and I just got the green gem, thanks to God mode. Oh yeah, you can break pots like Zelda.
Of course.
You get coins. In Oceanhorn, do you remember if like, because Oceanhorn was also this kind of like isometric thing? Could you drop down ledges, or did you like if you're going up a cliff? Could you jump down, or would it like you can't fall here? Because in this game you can't fall.
I think you could fall.
Yeah.
It's been forever, but I think you could.
At first, I was annoyed that you can't fall, but then I'm like, oh, there's so many times I'm going across something skinny or whatever that I'm like, no, okay, thank you for not letting me fall and die.
Right.
Spirit realm thing. Oh, and also it is kind of like Dark Souls and Hollow Knight, or Soulsborne games and Hollow Knight, that if you die, when you go back to where you were, you don't lose all your coins. You lose 20. I think. Maybe because I'm playing on easy mode. Yeah. There's going to be a little blue fox there. You go over and you hit A on or X and you get them back. You start off with an item, with a weapon that is not a sword. You can't cut bushes.
Umbrella?
Huh?
Umbrella?
It's almost worse. But you find the sword pretty early on. You can't cut bushes and grass with it. Once you get the sword, you can cut bushes and grass. Like grass, you can walk through. Bushes, you can't. So if there's a bush in your way, you're like, well, I can't go that way. Okay.
Right.
When you get the sword, you can. There's telescopes around the world. So when you get to an area that you've never been to, or an area you're going back to and you're just trying to find something, there's a telescope. You walk up to it and you push A or X. And it just kind of like, it's not like a first person thing. It just zooms out.
Yeah.
So you're like, whoa, okay. Okay, cool. I like that. There are shortcuts in the game that you can unlock, kind of like Bloodborne is what I thought of. There's like bridges and stuff that you're like, well, I wish I could get over there. Oh, but there's this like big wood thing like this. You got to get over there and push A, and then it opens it up. I like that. Yeah, I do. Actually, the more I'm talking about it, I think I do like this game more than I thought I did. It's just so, it is so, like, James, you're better than me. Bye, Derek. Picking up the blue fox damages bosses. So if you pick Oh. James, you're going to coach me through this game. But I do really like this game. It's not on the level of, Elden Ring. But this is a game, like, I assume you'll be able to play it in a year, is what I would
hope
guess.
so. Yeah.
But, yeah, I want to beat this, and then I want to go back and get the Horizon Platinum, and then I want to do GTA 5, I think, but I don't know that I'm actually going to do that.
You haven't bought it yet?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
But I'm
I don't think I'm going to.
But yeah, Tunic, pretty good. Not as good as I hoped it would be, but that's my fault.
Yeah.
All right, Sean. Holy crap. You want to get news of the week?
Let's do it.
All right, Sean. We finally, after talking about this for a year and a half, it seems like, PS Plus, the all-new PlayStation Plus, has been revealed. PS Plus Essential is the same as PS Plus is now. It's $9.99 a month, $24.99 a quarter, or $59.99 per year. Lets you play online games. It lets you get the 2 free games a month. We'll talk about that here in a second. And that's it. PS Plus Extra will give you access to 400 PS4 and PS5 games, $15 a month, $40 per quarter or water, and $100 per year. Also, PS Plus Premium will give you access to game trials, 340 games across PS1, PS2, PSP, and PS3 via streaming only.
3 is stream only. The other ones are download, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. $18 a month, $50 a quarter, or $120 a year. So the extra and premium tiers will get Death Stranding, God of War, Spider-Man, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Mortal Kombat 11, and Returnal, among other games. Again, so the announcement says that PS Plus will now get 2 free games. We've been getting 3 free games for like a year and a half.
But they're usually garbage. I wonder if the quality is going to be better.
True. Also, as part of this, Jim Ryan said that first-party game quality could suffer if they go day one free on PS Plus. He doesn't think the game subscriptions will ever dominate like Netflix and Spotify. Says that the classic games, quote-unquote, look great on PS4 and PS5. Sony has also said that, quote, every major publisher will be supported in the game library. So let's stop there. Okay. Before we get into the other stuff I got written down, what are your thoughts right now?
I dig it. I'm easily in for extra. Premium, it's like, thank you. Like, I can finally play these games.
But what games?
Well, that's the thing. I'm like, are there really any PS1, 2, honestly, even PS3? There's not a whole lot of games. Like, I kind of just want to know that I can. But off the top of my head, I don't really know that there's many games from that era, or those eras, that I really even care that much to go back and play. I feel like most of the ones that came out then have been re-released on PS4, PS5 anyway, and so I can already... I don't know. That's why I'm kind of iffy on premium. Now, the game trials, I'm curious about.
Bullcrap, I think.
What do you mean?
To lock it behind that.
But
to get demos,
But for like new games?
Yeah. We assume, but I mean...
Yeah, I guess we don't really know anything.
Who knows because Sony.
Yeah. But I got to imagine there will still be demos. And this is like, you can get the full game, but you can only play it for something like 2 hours.
Steam.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. But I'm definitely in for extra. And it's funny. You get Death Stranding, God of War, Spider-Man, Miles, Mortal Kombat 11, Returnal. I already own all those except for Mortal Kombat 11, and I don't really care about it. Yeah. So, but whatever. But 400 games, I mean, I know there's some bangers in there that I want to play that I haven't.
Everything on this to me depends on what the games are.
Yeah. Now, is it 400 right off the bat? Is it going to be like, well, here's 20 for now. We'll continue to add. Like, are they going to pull a Nintendo? I mean, we kind of know a lot, but
Night, John.
do we really? Like,
We don't.
So I don't know.
So to me, it's like it. So it comes down to the list. It comes down to, I do think they're saying 400 to 500 games off the jump, or 400. Sorry, I think they are saying that, but it depends on what those games are. Like, I feel like every game I would want to play on PS4 or PS5, other than like Red Dead, which
It's probably the PS Plus collection,
we already got that,
and probably every game that's ever been on PS Plus.
Yeah.
But I mean, like Resogun, I don't have that. I can pretty much guarantee you that's one of them. So there's one that I want to play.
Well, their first party, it better be on there.
Yeah.
But like, the game trials being locked, whatever that means to premium, I don't like. The 340 games across 1, 2, 3, and PSP are super interesting. Like,
I'm sure there are a lot of games. PSP, I don't even care. I'll probably never touch it. Vita would be nice, but it is what it is. But I'm sure there's a lot of games on PS1, 2, and 3 that I've completely forgotten about.
Or games you haven't, like, what if I do want to, like, you know what? Screw it. I want to play MGS4. Now, I played it with my free trial that I got a PS Now like 2 years ago, and it was like a little laggy, whatever, but it looked like MGS4.
Yeah.
Okay. But, like, to your point, I don't know. So we've got the Nathan Drake collection on PS4. Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. Boom. They're there. Good. Cool. But I can't think of a lot of other collections that are on PS4/5. The God of War collection where they remastered 1 and 2 and put it on PS3. You can't play it on PS4. Resistance, can't play it on PS4. Like 1, 2, and 3. These are the games that I'm like, man, I do want to play this. James nails it. There's like 700 games on PlayStation Now. I don't think we're going to get anything that wasn't on there already. Like, so that's my big question with this. Like, so PS3 is still streaming only. Jeff Grubb has come out and said they are working on emulation for PS3 on PS5 and maybe 4. Also today on Sacred Symbols Plus, Colin was talking to Tom from Moore's Law is Dead, saying that the reason they haven't been able to get this, they can emulate PS3 on PS5. However, the issue is that because of how complex, and I'm probably butchering this, but the cell architecture was so complex that what happens is EA would do something different than Ubisoft was doing to get like Battlefield 3 versus Assassin's Creed 4 working on PS3. Because the cell architecture was so crazy, they would either they would drop the resolution from 720p to 704p, and then they would use the extra RAM to do this. And then this game over here is doing this thing. Sony completely effed up. Like, the cell is so powerful, but they have completely screwed themselves going forward. Right. Now, what I will say, and they said this on SS Plus, was like, we all think the Xbox just came out with backwards compatibility and everything was there. That's not how it happened. They were like, okay, here's 30 games. A couple months later, here's 10 more. A couple months later, here's 5 more. A couple months later, here's 15 more. Like,
still better than Nintendo.
Yes. But, like, why doesn't Sony just do that? Like, whatever works, put it out there. Or just remaster them. Just up-res them a little bit, get them off the cell, get them,
Yeah.
I would pay $10 for MGS4 just because I hate myself. But, like, so we'll see. So I hate that you still have to stream PS3 games, although I do think that will change based on what I've heard from industry sources. But, like, so I do wonder about PS1, PS2. The only PSP game I want to play, so I never played Portable Ops.
Acid.
No. But there's also, like, Super Stardust, I think was on that. Maybe it was on Vita. I can't remember. There's some cool games on there, but, like, PS1, honestly, I don't want to play Battle Arena Toshinden,
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 1 and Symphony is all I want to play. I can already play Symphony on my PS5 because I got the Requiem collection. So it's Metal Gear Solid 1, and I don't know. But PS2 is Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, God of War 1, God of War 2, well...
You can play those on your PS5.
Yeah, they work great too. I don't know. It's saying that the classic games, quote unquote, look great on PS4 and PS5. Jim Ryan, gamer.
So I
don't believe it.
The other thing that I don't like, and you don't have it here, but I know you mentioned it when we were talking.
James, damn it.
And it might just be...
Maybe they can get the PS5 to emulate the 360 versions of those games. Damn it, James.
Didn't you say you heard somewhere about, or maybe it's something Colin said, I don't know, but that you won't be able to like upgrade from one tier to the other? Like, I'm down for extra. I would go ahead and pay $100 for the year, but I don't want to have to wait a year before I can't just be
right, can I just pay
here's an extra $20. Yeah. Just give me...
Colin said something about that on Sacred Symbols last week. I have not heard anybody else say that.
Okay.
So the other part of this, and it seems like they finally killed it, but did you see all this stuff with the PS Now that you can buy it digitally? And it was
I
in
heard
our
something
Discord.
about it, yeah.
So you could buy PS Now a year for $60, which would just auto-enroll you into PS Plus Premium. I think they finally killed that. You can't get it on PlayStations. You can't get it on the app. You have to go to it from a web browser, and I think they've killed it. No, Sony would be stupid to say you can't upgrade. Well, I want to pay you $60. Why can't I not?
Take my money.
We're Sony. But yeah, Sony has also said that, quote, every major publisher, end quote, will support this game library. First off, it won't be every, because Xbox owns so much of this now. We're not going to be able to play Crash 1, 2, and 3. Because they own, or they're about to own Activision. Maybe. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But like,
yeah,
Elder Scrolls, I don't even know, like Hellblade, Gears 1 through 5, like, like I don't know. So I don't know if, I think all that means is like, yeah, Square Enix will have games, Konami will have games, Capcom will have games, blah 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 blah, is what I think that means, but like it will not be every major publisher.
Right.
And like you brought up, no Vita games. So overall right now, I'm kind of in a wait and see approach. I'm either going to keep where I'm at or I'm going to go premium.
You're
to
not
get
doing
the old games.
Extra.
But like I've played every game I would want to play. Or if I want to play Red Dead, I can probably get it on Amazon for $10. Like if it's on this service, I could pay $100 for a year to play it, or I can pay $10 to get it, Like, I don't know what major, because I own over like 125 games on my PS4. I really don't know what games I've missed out on that I would want to play that I don't already have. Also, like you brought up, from the PS Plus collection. Days Gone, James, I'll get to it at some point. Persona 5, like Monster Hunter World.
You're going to play Persona 5?
No. Also that's getting delisted, if you didn't know that. Claim it if you want it. Might already be gone. I can't remember. But yeah, for me, it's either it comes down to the games, and I'm either staying where I'm at or I'm going premium.
Yeah. I don't know. I see a lot of people hating on it. Overall, I think it's, I don't know what more you could ask for, but
one thing I don't like, shout out to Xbox. I don't like, and I know this is how they've always done PS Plus. I don't like that Xbox is just $10 a month. Period. And you get Game Pass. If you want their equivalent of Game Pass, yeah, it's $120 for a year. But if you want to pay for it every month, $18. I don't like that. I don't know why Sony does this.
Yeah.
But that's now I'm of the mindset of every time I get PS Plus, I look for it on Amazon. Usually it's discounted at $40 and I get it for the year or whatever. But like if I'm going to subscribe to a service, I hate that it's, to get the highest tier, it's $18 a month. Or you can pay $120 for the year. Or on Xbox, it's $10 a month, which is also $120. It's frustrating to me that they did that.
Yeah, that's kind of annoying. But probably similar to PS Plus. Maybe not right off the bat, but you can probably do the same thing with this. You'll find on Amazon where you can get a year of PS Plus Premium for $90. Like,
that's what's going to be so weird is when this stuff starts popping up on Amazon, we're going to be like, PS Plus, what does that mean? Like,
right.
Red Dead Redemption's on Game Pass. I still don't think I'll play it. But I'm saying, like, with respect to the PS4, PS5 games, I've played everything I want to play.
Yeah.
Other than maybe that if I want to clean my gun and do whatever. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're in for extra.
I mean, that's what I thought, but now that I'm hearing you again, it's going to come down to the library.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be what I could see happening is the same thing that's happened with you with Game Pass, where I'm going to look at those 400 games and be like, oh my God, I can play this, I can play this, I can play this. I'm going to buy it, and then I'll never play it because I'm like, who's got the time?
I think James is right in the chat. I think Sony overhyped it. I wouldn't say they overhyped it, but obviously there was leaks and everything. But he says, I think Sony overhyped it by calling it Project Spartacus. People's hopes are way too high. I agree.
I mean, other than
Jason
you
Schreier
don't get
nailed this
games
in like December. Like what he said would happen is here.
Right. Unless you were expecting day one games to be just included.
Oh, yeah. We didn't even talk about that.
Then I don't really know how this could be disappointing unless, to be fair, and I think they will add Vita. There's no way that
I think they're going to add
PSP but not Vita. Like
I think eventually they'll add Vita and they'll add PS3 native.
And they'll figure out PS3. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I guess that could be, unless you think the price is no good. I don't know. To me, I think it's all pretty good.
I just wish they did a better job with the monthly cost. But that's not what they've ever done, so
yeah.
All right, Sean, next up. In happier news, E3 is canceled.
Bum, 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 bum.
I was being facetious. I don't like this. I hate it. This comes from Game Informer. E3 has been completely canceled this year, IGN reports with further confirmation by VentureBeat. In a statement to VentureBeat, the ESA, which organizes E3, said the following, quote, "We previously announced that E3 would not be held in person in 2022 due to the ongoing health risks surrounding COVID-19. Today, we announced that there will also be no digital E3 showcase in 2022, end quote. The ESA announced in January that a physical convention would not take place, but an online-only version was still a possibility. Today's news broke, last week's news, when IGN's Rebecca Valentine confirmed the contents of an email sent to Razer PR lead Will Powers, who tweeted that it stated a digital E3 was no longer happening as well.
You think that dude's name is really Will Powers?
I have Will Powers. Was that not the main character? No, his name was Joe in Deadly Moves.
Joe Powers?
Joe. Just Joe.
Oh.
Deadly Moves. I thought Willpower, but Willpower was in something, right?
I have no idea. Max Power was somebody on The Simpsons.
It appears these emails were sent to all of the ESA's partners prior to the announcement. There's not been an in-person E3 since 2019. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the 2020 show was also canceled, and the 2021 iteration was an online event consisting of trailers and digital booths for media. However, many publishers either declined to participate or appeared in Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest. We have a weird noise.
Is somebody on like a little moped out there or something?
James, let me know if you could hear that. E3 was a disappointment last year. Okay. So I will say, until I read this, I forgot that E3 was actually a thing last year. A digital thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jeff Keighley has confirmed that he's basically taking the place of E3. Summer Game Fest is going to go down in June of 2022. And I will say I have way more faith in Jeff Keighley. I have issues with him, but I still love that dude overall. I have way more trust in him doing a summer game show than I do the ESA, who leaked everybody's personal info 2-3 years ago, whatever it was. it sucks. Like, I don't want E3 to go away, but also I think it's dead.
But I mean, it's E3
James did hear it.
in name only.
Yeah.
Like, you might as well say they changed the name of E3 to Summer Game Fest, and we have the exact same thing.
And probably better.
Honestly, don't care. And yeah, it may even be better. I don't care at all. Bye-bye. I mean, it's fine.
I know,
we can
but
do
like,
without. It's not like that means these games aren't going to come out, or
No,
we're
I
not
know.
going to get the announcements. Like,
But I just miss knowing. I feel like I am in the vast minority here. But I miss like those 3 or 4 days where it's just like, it's Sunday, I got laundry, get it out of the dryer, put on the Xbox show, and just watch.
yeah,
And then Monday night's gonna be Sony, Tuesday's gonna be Nintendo. Like I miss that. Like, I do think, like I said, if anybody can do it right, it's gonna be Jeff. He will do something big this year because of this, is what I think.
probably, yeah.
But like, is Sony gonna show up, or they're gonna be
No, they will.
like they were last year? Like, but I mean, June is when PS Plus is launching. They got to do something around then or right before then.
Yeah.
Also, do not fret. We will still do our non-E3 predictions, hopes, and dreams this year.
Our non-E3, non-predictions.
No, they're still predictions.
Yeah. But they're not really.
Predictions, hopes, and
Well,
dreams.
yeah.
I will predict Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. I took a year off. Coming back, baby.
And Half-Life 3. And
2029.
Metroid Prime 4.
Can we just
Half-Life
get the freaking,
3.
Can we just
Metal Gear
sound
Solid
like
3 remake.
Sound like you said Affleck, and I heard Batfleck. Can we just get Metroid Prime on Switch, for crying out loud? What the hell? I mean, at this point, I do think they're saving it for like a year before 4 comes out. But like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Last item on the news list. What the hell was that noise?
It sounded like it was out in the road, so I assume it was like a little...
Street sweeper?
No, it sounded like a little moped or something. Just
It could have been a drone spying on us.
maybe.
It's Bob Mackey. These last 2 news items suck. But there was... It's like the news items this week were big.
But it's
But there's
all
really just
bad
one or
news.
2, but it's bad. So the third one, I hate to talk about it, but Breath of the Wild, or the sequel to Breath of the Wild, has been officially delayed to 2023 spring. I don't believe that at this point. That'll be 6 years. So here's my thought. Either, as I said in our Discord, which check the link in the description, either they're launching Switch 2 or Switch, whatever they're going to call it, in spring with this, like they did Breath of the Wild, like they did Twilight, like they did...
Wind Waker?
I was going to say, did they do Wind Waker like that? GameCube and...
Oh, no, it was only GameCube.
Okay.
But I think it was I don't even know if it was a launch title. I can't remember.
Do you think they're doing this... First, I don't think they're doing it for nefarious reasons. I'm not saying that. But do you think this delay is to have it line up with a new Switch? I'm on the fence, but the fact that after I said it, Justin Davis tweeted, I was like, okay, I'm not crazy at least.
It seems too... I mean, it will have been 6 years.
That's enough.
But that's also only a year away, and we've heard nothing.
Well, I mean, we heard stuff
Now, it might
last
be
year.
a Switch... I think a Switch Pro. Like, it's not going to be a new system.
Yeah.
It's going to be Switch SWOLED 2. Like, it's going to be the next iteration.
Yeah,
It's not going to be a new
Yeah.
system. I could see that, but I don't think it's the next system.
Okay.
It sucks. I'm not surprised.
I'm
Like,
not surprised.
I
but it
lost faith a
sucks.
long time ago that this was coming this year anyway. It's good to just know. Now we don't have to.
Right.
Just
You lost your 5th overall pick.
Yep. But I swear to God, if this game,
Wind Waker 2004. Thank you, sir.
if this game,
I want
It's
this
coming
to
back.
be my favorite game of all time. What the F is happening?
oh, I did see lights out there.
James, can you hear it? It's like Jungle
Oh.
Strike.
It was like flashing yellow. Maybe it is.
Okay, so they're mosquitoes or something.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway.
Anyways,
Yeah, I kind of feel like this game. If this game is literally just more
they're,
Breath of the
they're looking
Wild,
for his friends.
if it's basically the same, if all we get is a Miles Morales to Spider-Man,
What
and
were
it
you
took them
doing for
6
6
years,
years? Yeah.
I'm going to be very disappointed. This game better be, and we've already seen enough to know it's not
It's not
drastically different.
but it's also
There's stuff in the sky, okay, but like
But what the
if it's
F?
just the same Hyrule, but now there's some places where you can go up top.
So
like
they did
6
say that the
years?
game will go beyond the skies above with a wider variety of features. What did you think about the trailer? Is it Fee and the Sword? Or Fi, whatever her name is. Fum? It's not Fee.
I don't think
But
so.
also,
Fee
why
was
the
not-
Master Sword is not just broken.
It's
It looks worse
like
than it did in
destroyed,
Breath of
yeah.
the Wild 1.
Yeah.
Also, why the hell does Link have the Ganon arm?
I could see that being. Yeah, is Ganon or Ganondorf
So some people are thinking that like
your Navi or
Yeah.
Fee in this one,
Hey!
and he's.
listen.
I could see them doing something like that.
So there's a lot of people that were thinking. So when Link and Zelda go into that cave in the first trailer we got, you see Ganondorf like this, and you see like the arm, whatever. Does Link go and touch that thing, and then he gets like, ah!
He's liquid.
But then he's got like this something's glowing that people don't think it's a Triforce or something like.
Get out of my arm, liquid. I mean, I guess he's Ocelot.
Yeah,
but
James says feet. James, let us know what you think about the trailer. It'll take a minute, but I will say this. I've soured on Breath of the Wild, but I will say like that game I thought about nonstop when I was playing it. Just like Elden Ring. There's been nothing since then that I've not been able to stop thinking about. Even God of War, one of my favorite games of all time. When I wasn't playing it, I was like, I wonder what's going to happen to man and boy. But like I wasn't like obsessing. Elden Ring, I obsessed. Breath of the Wild, I obsessed. The lead up to this game, I will say this. Just knowing, or not even knowing, what we don't know about this game right now is making me like, this reminds me of Metal Gear Solid 5. And those trailers and all the analysis and the like, look at this, and maybe they're, why do he talk like Big Boss when he's not Big Boss? And he's like, hey, they took a light and did this, whatever, Big Boss. Like, the lead up to this game, especially shout out on YouTube to Zeltic. Follow him if you care about Zelda stuff. He's awesome. He's going to have so many videos. Like, I want to know what the hell is happening. I want to know, do we know that this was Breath of the Wild, the last game in the timeline? I cannot remember. I think so because of all the tech.
everything. Yeah. Well, but then there's also Wind Waker, where Hyrule is like flooded. But I think those are different. There's like 3 different timelines, and I can't keep track of
All right, James,
what's where. But
but like this game, like obviously, if it does come out in spring, we're gonna see it. Well, I do wonder, like, so at non-E3, are they gonna do a big presentation for this, like they did the first one, where it's like E3 is Zelda. Also, where's Mario? I hope we get a few more trailers because this is not to the point yet where I'm like, I don't want to see anything more. I'm on blackout. I don't care. Now I'm like, what the F is happening? Like, I don't even care if you're misdirecting me. I want more trailers for this game.
yeah. I don't know. This kind of reminds me of what?
Metal Gear.
No.
Oh, God.
It reminds me of Death Stranding, where I was really excited for Death Stranding, and then I just got to the point where I'm like, I don't care anymore. You took too long. I don't even care what this is anymore. And then
It's
I found out what
Zelda.
it was. No, I know. But like, I'm sure whenever we finally see actual gameplay and find out what is going on in this game, I'm in. I'll be hooked. I'm sure. But as of right now, I'm just like, I'm so like, what have you been doing for 6 years? A game that's
when you're
going to have
so many assets,
probably the same exact engine, a lot of the same map, the same art style, a lot of stuff, we assume. Now, maybe once we finally see it, it'll be completely different, but it doesn't seem like they're going that way. So
one thing I've seen a lot of people say is that they think whatever that light is could actually be Zelda. That like she is like, maybe she's back in the castle going, oh, and then she's with Link. Not that we're gonna play as her.
What if you got Zelda in one hand,
don't be
and Ganon in the other? No, and it's like the angel and the devil, and
they're like, eh. No, but like some people are saying it could be Zelda, like as a disembodied voice or something with you. I don't know. I don't think it's Zelda. I don't think it's Fee. I think it's some kind of whatever Ganondorf has in his claw arm. I don't think it's a Triforce even. Like there's something else going on is what I think.
Yeah.
Fact check me in 2 years when the game comes out. Now, Sean, it's time for the wrap up. Possibly the longest wrap up, and I feel like I've said this a lot lately. But
we can fly through most of this.
A judge is prepared to approve the ABK $18 million settlement for sexual harassment and issues. By the way, this company is being bought for what? $68 billion, and they're going to settle for $18 million.
Yeah.
That's a joke. 4 U.S. senators are deeply concerned about about the Activision acquisition. Try saying that 5 times fast. By Xbox. I said from the beginning that this was not guaranteed. Sony pony, whatever. When you're making, like they've said they're very concerned about tech acquisitions. That's what this is. Damn near $70 billion. The U.S. DOJ and the FCC and the SEC, they were going to look into it, period. I'm not saying it won't go through.
I think it will.
But it's still in a lot. It's not a done deal.
No.
And I said that from the beginning. So BAFTA ran a poll, and the DualSense was voted as the best controller of all time, beating out the DualShock 2.
We did it first.
But I don't think we had DualShock 2.
No, I think it was down. Well, we didn't even do we just said, this
What's
is my
the best?
favorite.
Yeah.
We didn't do a whole bracket.
DualShock 2 should not be number 2.
No, it's DualSense, DualShock 4. And
Yes.
then I don't know what comes after that.
Super Nintendo.
Maybe.
Genesis 6 button.
Yeah.
You forget your roots. But yeah, shout out to the DualSense in this poll. Firesprite Games is working on a, quote, AAA narrative-driven horror adventure game in Unreal 5, end quote. Also, Firesprite for Sony is already working on Horizon Call of the Mountain and possibly Twisted Metal. Is this Silent Hill?
I don't think so.
It's not.
But I'm excited. I mean,
I'm
sign
not.
me up.
I'm not.
AAA narrative driven horror
Narrative.
AAA
Horror.
narrative
Driven.
AAA narrative driven horror adventure game in Unreal 5. Like, bring it on.
Reports suggest that Xbox is going to be launching a family plan for Game Pass later this year that will allow you to get up to 5 subs for a much lower price. Again, their pricing is way better than the PS Plus, period.
Yeah.
Not even close. Good on Xbox. Keep doing what you do. Blue Box has deleted some tweets about the playable demo. They responded by saying that the game is not canceled. Also, your boy Colin Moriarty interviewed this snake oil salesman, and oh my God, it's now free on YouTube. It's free on podcast
So
feeds.
I haven't watched the whole. I've seen clips.
Oh my God.
I'm back to being. I'm still just. I don't care anymore. But the more I saw this guy, I'm like, you don't know what. I don't buy anything you're saying.
Well, let me think, and then I'm gonna go over here.
And then I saw him tweet, I know everybody's saying I didn't do very well, but he caught me off guard with some questions. And when I said this, I really
there
meant
was nothing
this.
he caught him off guard. Everything was like an obvious question, like, who's your funder? I can't really say. Do you connect your dev kit to the PlayStation Network? I can't. NDA. I don't know. Like, Colin roasted this guy. This guy, at this point, I'm now like, it's not Kojima. There's no game.
What I'm curious about is,
There's no game.
and I'm not curious enough to actually go and find out, but I wonder, will Kind of Funny even acknowledge this information? Or probably not, because they'd have to acknowledge that it came from Colin.
They won't. You want to know why? Because Eurogamer did a story about Hassan today, and Hassan, after he talked to Colin, talked to IGN, and all they did was quote IGN.
No, of course.
Do you think there's a game?
I think there's a game, but something is fishy.
Do you think it's Kojima?
I don't know. I've soured on that, but there's something weird
There's something
going on.
very, very
Yeah.
weird. Yeah. Kirby and the Forgotten Land was the biggest series launch in the UK and Japan. Neither of us care.
Biggest? Does that mean like the biggest Kirby launch?
Yeah, the biggest Kirby launch in the first week in both countries.
I mean,
I don't know
I'm
that
not
Kirby was
really
ever a big seller.
surprised.
But also, like,
Yeah.
the Switch has 120.
Exactly. There's a lot more Switch. Like, okay. I mean, good for Kirby, but like, I'm not surprised.
Yep. Nobody Saves the World is coming to PlayStation and Switch this month.
No, what is this?
So this was the Drinkbox game that launched on Game Pass. That is a dungeon crawler, kind of top down with the Drinkbox, like Guacamelee and stuff, with that look, where you can do like, you can be like 20 different characters. You find characters, you can switch back and forth. It looked fun. It's on Game Pass, and I never played it, but
Okay.
Drinkbox makes good games, so it's coming to PlayStation and Switch this month. Return to Monkey Island is coming out in 2022, but there are no confirmed platforms yet. What the hell? How? How? And this is the guy that made the original game.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot believe that this is real. Obviously, it is. The fact that it's coming out this year is crazy. My guess would be PC and maybe Switch. I don't know PlayStation this year. It just this feels like a Switch kind of a game. Obviously, it's going to be PC, whether
Yeah.
it's Steam or Epic,
I could
whatever.
see that.
Did you like Monkey Island? I freaking loved it.
I don't know how I enjoyed it. Yeah. I don't know how far I ever really. Those kinds of games always
The
like.
point and click. Yeah.
Yeah, I was always a fan of those, but I don't know how far I ever got. I don't know when I would have. I know I played it, but like I don't know when
played it in
or
school.
where or why. Really?
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
how?
Or how?
when.
Or who? Or why? I'm excited. I think
The
it
only
should be
thing I
fun.
will say, I wish in the trailer that they did, I wish they showed some gameplay. Like, does it look like Monkey Island, but with better graphics? Lean.
Right.
Lily Mo, speaking of our boy Colin Moriarty, Lily Mo Games has announced that Super Perils of Baking is out June 3rd on everything. Did you see this trailer?
I did. At first, I was like, "Oh, Super Nintendo style 2D platformer." I'm in. And then I looked at it, I'm like, "This looks really cheap. This looks like something that we would have gotten an email from like East Asia Soft about. It looks like
we still might.
it looks like that kind of.
But you saw in the trailer what it used to look like.
Well, yeah.
We're going to get codes. I'm going to get codes.
I mean, yeah, if it's free, I'll play it.
But I feel like now that they're re-releasing this, Colin's going to be like, oh, if you're good, you can get two trophies. That's it.
Right.
Shout out to Colin. Shout out to Lily Mo. Unreal Engine 5 is now officially out and available for devs. New Tomb Raider game is in development in Unreal 5 at Crystal Dynamics. James, I know you're excited. I'm happy. I've not played any of the Tomb Raider games. I know I should. But to me, it's just like I already have a Nathan Drake.
Yeah, I haven't played any of the new ones. I played on PC, I think. Maybe it was probably just like a demo, like the original.
No,
And I
we
didn't-
rented it on Saturn. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
maybe that's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking of. But
But that was
not
also-
for me. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it'll be beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Apex Legends now has a current gen release on PS5 and Series S and X. Hyperlight Breaker was announced as coming to Steam Early Access in spring of 2023. This is a sequel to Hyperlight Drifter. It's a 3D roguelite sequel with online 2-player co-op functionality. Sonic is now a cinematic universe. I want to see the movie this coming weekend, but my wife is going to be gone, so I don't know how I'm going to make that work. It's like a 65 on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm like, okay,
I
I'm
mean,
fine.
it could have been a 20, and it still would have been in.
Yeah. Rivet was almost named Rachette, Gadget, or also Ratchet.
I kind of like Gadget, but there's Ratchet and Clank, and then it's Rivet
Kit.
and
Kit.
Oh, Kit. Wasn't there somebody named Gadget or something like it? Like I saw a Gadget, I'm like, wait, wasn't? But maybe I don't know what I'm thinking of. Maybe I'm thinking of a different game altogether.
Jack and Daxter.
Jack and Gadget.
But yeah,
I'm glad she wasn't just Ratchet.
Rivet was the way to go. To have them both named Ratchet, I think would be so stupid. Pour one out for Fast and Furious Crossroads because it's being delisted at the end of April. One of the worst games ever made.
It's all about family.
This game is horrible. Like, it should have been delisted already. Knack has been trademarked by Sony.
What does that even mean? Like,
What I assume it means. Like, do we think they're making a new Knack? I don't think so. What I think they're doing is just like, we have to own this IP. Every once in a while, you got to keep renewing IP, the trademarks and stuff. James, I think you should have Rise of the Tomb Raider and Shadow of the Tomb Raider on PS Plus. I think they're worth playing. I know. I think I do. I played the demo. They put out a demo for one of them. I can't remember which one it was, but I was like in some tomb. I'm not being stupid, but I was like underground in some cave. Were you raiding? Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of like soiled on it. No. No.
Soured?
Yes. Because I
you soiled yourself
yes.
over it.
Switch Online gets an update. Earthworm Jim 2 coming to SNES, and the NES gets Dig Dug 2 and Mappy Land.
Mappy Land, finally.
But again, like Sony could be like, on PS3 you get Heavenly Sword and I don't know, God of War 3, whatever. Like I don't know, or Resistance 2, like they're doing more with their old consoles than Sony is. As sad as that is.
So far, but Sony's about to lap them here in a couple months.
But at least they can emulate. I mean, they can't emulate N64, but...
Yeah.
Fiscal GTA 5 current gens games are going to be out April 12th for $40. Don't buy these. If you want to play the game, get it on your PS5 or your Series S or X for $10. Games with Gold were announced for April, and this is how we love to end these podcasts. Games with Gold gets Another Sight, Hue, good game, Outpost, Kalokai X, and MX versus ATV Alive. Are you choosing the MX or the ATV?
I am Team MX.
Good, because I'm ATV. Okay. PS Plus games were announced for April. And we get Hood, Outlaws, and Legends, SpongeBob, Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated Edition, and Slay the Spire. I don't like the card games. Some people are going to be so happy for Slay the Spire. I tried doing it in Shovel Knight, the King of Cards expansion. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my God, the Platinum for Horizon. How many games of stupid chess do I have to play?
You have to
win. Beat two people at once or something?
No, you have to win like 3 games.
Okay.
And I beat them, like the one that you play like as like a tutorial counts, I think.
Okay.
I think you can go back.
Do one more.
I think you can go back and play her again.
Okay.
And then I went somewhere else. I found like the next closest one, assuming that would be the next easiest one. And it was more involved in that there's actually like different like heights on the board and different terrain where there's just dirt and grass and mountain and whatever. So it gets a little bit more involved. I feel like I had no idea. Probably, yeah. Because I think the boards are all the same. I think you can just go on YouTube and it'll be like,
okay,
put this here, move it here, face that way. But like I beat it on my first try, not really knowing even what I was doing. I mean, I kind of figured it out on the way. I'm like, oh, that did a lot of damage. Oh, because it's got the thing. Oh, okay. But like, I don't enjoy it at all. But yeah, I think you have to beat 3. I think you have to win 3 games. Okay. It's not bad.
Well, Slay the Spire, a lot of people are going to be happy about that. I don't know who wins. I feel like this is...
I'm not joking. Isn't the SpongeBob game supposed to be kind of fun?
I mean, it's like a 60 on Metacritic, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to what it was on PS2, I'm sure it's fun, but
Right. Yeah, I don't
I've heard Hood, Outlaws, and Legends is not that great.
I don't
I feel like
see myself playing.
I feel
any
like
of these.
the two best games in all this list are going to be Hue and Slay the Spire, even though neither of them are for me.
Yeah.
I think it's a draw.
Yeah.
All right, no winner. We all lose.
We all lose.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for episode 277 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. Thank you all so much for being here. Until the next time, Sean, go ahead and take us out.
Thank you for playing.